When people talk about scarcity on VeVe, most of the time they are referring to the mint numbers of the collectibles and comics. But I think the scarcity that we should all be talking about should be the numbers of good FAs, good collectibles and comics first appearances that have yet to be released on the app, and there are not that many left. Yes, there is an infinite amount of collectibles and comics, but if we were to talk about those that have 50 to 100 years of history, those that are recognized and loved by millions or billions of people globally, like the Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Mickey Mouse, or on the comic side, Marvel Comics #1 or the Amazing Fantasy #15, we don't have that many that have not been released on VeVe anymore. That's how lucky we are, and I think that the era of really good, great, grail, superhero NFTs on VeVe will come to an end pretty soon. If you think about the only good and somewhat established young superhero at this time, we only have Miles Morales, and he's already on the app. What about the next generation of Marvel superheroes? Can you name at least 2 of the Young Avengers? Not really, right? Most of us cannot. I certainly cannot name any of them. It is just that it can take Marvel and other IPs like Disney and DC decades to build up the names for these characters and build up that brand awareness in our minds. So in this video, I want to talk about what we have yet to have, and some FA NFTs that we should be paying attention to before it's too late. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on the actionable and valuable insights brought to you by VeVe experts and biggest whales that will help you to make better decisions. When I mentioned how lucky we are and the fact that the era of good, really good superheroes is coming to an end on VeVe, this is what I'm referring to. So we have Spider-Man, came out in 1962, right now 2022, 60 years of history. We have Batman, came out in 1939, 83 years. Superman came out in 1933, 89 years of history and popularity. Captain America came out in 1941, 81 years. Mickey Mouse came out in 1928, 94 years of history. Black Panther, Darth Vader, Joker, and on the comic book side, we have Marvel Comics #1, AF-15, so on and so forth. If you think about the superhero characters with that established history and fan base and popularity, then there are not that many of them left. For example, we might be able to get Wolverine next year, and then the Hulk, and then a few more, and that will be it. That's how lucky we are to have these incredibly awesome characters, and we already know that people only pay attention to the FAs. They don't really care about second appearance, third appearance on the app. Can you even name the second appearance of Batman or the second appearance of Spider-Man? Can you name the runner-up of the World Cup or the last Super Bowl? Yes, you can, but not the majority of people, right? People only care about the first. In the future, we will move on from the superhero genre to other categories, like we might be able to have Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z, Super Mario, Harry Potter, so on and so forth. But when these characters come to the app, their fans will come to VeVe as well, and that's a good thing and somewhat an interesting thing in a sense that after those new fans get their favorite collectibles like the Pikachus or the Marios or the Harry Potter NFTs, they will wonder themselves, well, what else is on VeVe? Then they would go for the superhero FA NFTs, which by then will be a lot scarcer. So even though we are in a VeVe bear market, we're in an overall economic downturn, I still believe that the values of the FA NFTs that we have on the app is still way underappreciated. Think about having the first ever Batman collectible in real life. You can't even comprehend that, right? Like the first one that was just manufactured out of the factory. But we have on the app the first appearance, like the legit first appearance proven on the blockchain of these characters. Those FAs will be sought after tomorrow, and they will be sought after 5 to 10 years from now. Then the next generations of good FAs might be coming from a new category like sports or music. That might be the first appearance of, who knows, John Mayer on a blockchain, or this famous golfer on a blockchain. And that's going to be a very interesting shift in collecting for everybody. There's also the fact that the collecting strategy has been shifting from diversifying, getting the set, to stacking. The first reason is that the Master Collector program has been postponed for so long, we don't really know the details and the actual benefits of the program until we can actually use it, right? Even though we can get the points now, I think there's been a general agreement that it might be safer to put the money into these FAs and sleep well rather than going for the set and not knowing the true benefits of the Master Collector program. I mean, when it first came out, the idea of the Master Collector program was very appealing because back then we really get drops, right? Bots were everywhere. People thought that, well, if they can accumulate enough points, then they can wager those points and have a higher probability of getting drops. But now most of the drops nowadays are not even sold out. So getting drops is not that hard anymore. And that takes away one of the biggest benefits of the Master Collector program. So there's that unattractiveness in the Master Collector program. At the same time, I'm not sure if you're aware, but DC, Marvel, Disney, Universal, they have the right to take their NFTs off the app. They have the right to bring the first appearance of Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, you name it, off the app. I don't think that these brands will do that. I hope that they won't. But if they were to do it, then collecting on VeVe is just not attractive anymore. But if we were to own these historically significant first appearances, then regardless of our common Spider-Man FA being on the VeVe app or the Marvel NFT app, whatever, we'll still own that significant collectible. And that is a very safe bet. In my opinion, that is obviously not a financial advice whatsoever, but I think that is a good perspective to have. So now that we have talked about the fact that there are not that many good superhero FAs that have yet to be minted on VeVe, we have talked about how in the future, when millions and millions of people were to come into VeVe and look for these grail NFTs and make them even scarcer, we've talked about how people have shifted from diversifying to stacking, and when they stack, they usually go for the safe bets like the FAs. I want to talk about a list of good FAs that I think you should be paying attention to. They are around 1,000 gems. The majority of them are way less than 1,000 gems. This is not a financial advice. You don't have to go out and buy them, but just think about them. First of all, we have the Todd McFarlane Batman number 100, first ever VeVe NFT, first ever Batman NFT, first ever DC NFT, and the first ever superhero NFT minted anywhere. And did I mention 2020? Yes, this collectible was minted in 2020. It is now 2022. Majority of the mass audience have not heard of NFT, so we are still very early, and it's 2022. That collectible, that NFT FA was minted in 2020. As of today, only 1% listed on the market. Next, we have the Superman, about half the price of Todd Batman, roughly $500 at this time. Still first appearance of the most popular superhero globally. That's just my opinion. Everybody knows Superman from generation to generation. People know about Superman, people recognize him, and people love him. At this point in time, 1.2% of the total supply is listed. Third on the list is Spider-Man. This is not in any particular order. Spider-Man Common Edition, most popular superhero at the moment, and Marvel first collectible NFT. 32,000 minted. Yes, it is a pretty big mint size. However, 0.2% listed on the market. Only 78 out of the 32,000 Spider-Man commons are listed on 0.2. That says a lot about how much people like this collectible. Next one on the list is Darth Vader, arguably the most popular villain and a fan favorite from Star Wars franchise. We all know how much people love Star Wars. 138 listed out of almost 6,000 ever minted. So that is a 2.3%. Only 2.3%. Only 2 out of 100 Darth Vader NFTs are listed on the market. R2D2, the first Star Wars NFT. Well, two reasons why I mentioned R2D2 instead of C3PO. R2D2 is a more popular character, a fan favorite, and R2D2 is scarcer. Only about 1.5% listed. Then there's Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Joker, Woody, Winnie the Pooh, Steamboat Willie, Iron Man. That tells you how much people like these FAs. Right at this point in time, we have about over 400,000 active wallets on VeVe. If we were to double that number next year, and that is less than 1 million, okay? I'm not throwing out some crazy numbers. If we were to double that 400,000 wallets to 800,000, still less than 1 million. So this is not a moon boy projection whatsoever. Then I think that a lot of the supplies will be gone, or if they are not gone, prices will be a lot higher because there's so much more demand for a limited number of good FAs. And on the comic side, we have the Marvel Comics #1. Guess the percentage of supply that is listed on the market, 0.4%. Okay, Amazing Fantasy #15, I'm talking about the common variant, 3%. Fantastic Four, even less than that. So as you can see, the majority of these NFTs that I have listed have less than 3% of their total supply listed on the market. First, there are not that many good FA superheroes left. Think about the Young Avengers. Those superheroes will take Marvel decades and a whole lot of money and many more movies to get them to the level of Spider-Man. Secondly, when the hundreds of thousands or millions of fans come in, the supply of these good FAs, which I told you are less than 3%, will be way less. And if they're not way less, their floors will be a lot higher because people are just willing to pay for them. And last but not least, even in this bear market, we are already seeing a shift in collecting strategy of the current user base from diversifying to stacking. And we can see that when people stack, they usually go for the good FAs because those will be sought after. They have the historical significance of being the first, and they are always desirable. And having that historical value, popularity, will make them desirable 5-10 years from now. That is it, you guys. I would love to get your thoughts on that idea and your list of top 5 FAs that are your favorite. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a like. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And last but not least, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on the actionable and valuable insights brought to you by VeVe's biggest whales and experts that will help you to make better decisions. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again next time. Peace.